I hate when this happens. I just talked about a really good movie in the review that I shot before this, and now I gotta talk about not so good movie. Well, this is The Forest. This is The Forest. It stars Natalie Dormer, who is or Dormer. I don't know. She's from Game of Thrones. She's also from the Hunger Games movies. I really like her in Game of Thrones, and I saw an interview with her for this film, promoting it, of course, and she talked about the levels of psychology that it goes into, and how deep this film is, and how she chose it for the script. And I'm like, oh, you poor thing. Anyways, this film is it's apparently it's a trend now that I haven't heard of. I've heard other critics mention it in this in their reviews for The Forest. Every January apparently there's bad horror movies that come out, and it fits the bill for this January. It's a horror film, and essentially the plot is Natalie Dormer's twin sister in the film, also played by her, is goes missing, but she knows she's not dead. She's got to find her sister. She goes into the her sister, that is the twin, goes into the suicide forest, and then the other twin, who's our main character, goes into the suicide forest to find her, because she just knows that she's there. She knows that she's alive, because they have this connection, and some bad crap went down with the sisters and their parents in their childhood, so that kind of goes back to haunting them. It plays with her psyche a little bit, and the setup of the film is, if you have sadness in your heart, then you see bad things in the forest and they make you go crazy. And the plot of this movie is that's what happens to her, and that's a cool concept if the film was handled better, because it tries to play itself like a straight up horror film. There's jump scares. There's a moment in the movie where she's looking out the window because she's in Tokyo, because the suicide forest is in Japan, and there's just, for no reason, this random Japanese guy just goes boo in front of the camera, or in front of the window that she's in, and I'm like, and that literally made me say screw you, movie, out loud. And I just hate when movies do that just to mess with you. Why? I don't know. It's just because this is your typical January horror film, and like I said, it doesn't lend the potential of this film. It doesn't do it justice, because this film is something that could have been deep. It could have been psychological. Scrapes the surface of that a little bit barely, and ultimately it has a payoff that is just kind of feels like a slap in the face. I felt slapped in the face whenever I was done with this film. I just literally I felt like this film was wasting my time, is how I would describe it, because it was just so slow in parts, and then it had a sense of like trying to make you feel like one thing, and then it tries to make you question yourself, but then you can figure out what's going on before the movie's even 30 minutes from being over. It tries to like make you kind of question everybody's motives, but then you just realize in the film, at the core, it's exactly what it told you the movie was going to be at the beginning. It's about a girl who goes in the suicide forest, and she's not all there mentally. She's kind of unstable. She goes crazy. Bad crap happens because she's going crazy in this very godforsaken place, and it just wasn't handled well. Just like I said, felt like I was wasting my time. It felt like it was slow. I walked in to this film opening day, and it was me, and then I think 4 other people total that were in this theater. It was a pretty big theater auditorium, and so yeah, 2 couples and then me by myself watching the film, because I had to review it for you guys. You're welcome. So what is it? Is it as bad as Point Break? No, just barely better than Point Break. I'm gonna give The Forest 4.5 out of 10. I almost said 4.5 out of 5. That'd be a very different movie. Supposedly there was going to be a Matthew McConaughey film where he goes in the suicide forest and bad crap happens. Where did that movie go? That's what I should have watched. That would have been cool. Anyways, for the film Fanclub, I'm Sam Carrico. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Samuel D. Carrico. See you next time.